Mercutio, we're gonna steal letters. Is that right?
Indeed. I would matter of a point of
Correct.
order that during character creation, I removed the ability to read from my character for this particular cycle because I don't know who would have taught her.
Well, they're all written in Italian anyway.
I like that you're honest.
I promised not to sabotage things unnecessarily by not telling you. I don't know if Mercutio knows that my character can't read, but I'm just letting you know up front that there's no reason to assume she can read.
That is true. You are not of a class or social role that most people would generally assume to be literate.
Indeed. So I am.
Rosa, you can probably read.
Yes.
Mercutio, that's up to you. Alasfa, you're probably literate,
I am.
but only in Arabic.
Yes.
So it's up to you if you can read Greek or Latin or other languages.
Mm-hmm. I believe I have
Roman.
2 dots in academics. I can't see
one.
it because
Okay.
I'm dumb and didn't send myself my character sheet. It's on this.
Oh no!
It's okay. I know what most of my stats are, the stats that I'll probably be using in this. If I'm using stealth and any combat or athletic stuff, I know what those stats are because they're easy to remember.
Alaspa loses
Puncher.
everything right now.
I'm not that mean, and
Finally!
I feel like we paid all of our dues before this game opened, fighting off all them gremlins.
Yeah, my crazy dice pool for
we level
physical
up from
rolls
that?
came in handy.
So you get 2 experience points. Oh
From the
yeah, from the
gremlin
gremlins.
fighting?
Yeah, take an extra experience point, or
Don't feed them.
you know, have an extra D10 that you can add to any roll you feel like.
Whoa.
That's what you
Oh,
get for
that's
fighting
just-
off gremlins? That's
Just
dope as
one
hell.
though, like this time I want to roll that extra D10.
For just
Yeah, why
one
not?
letter.
The
It'll be
equivalent
like
of bardic inspiration.
Yeah, it'll be like when we get on Tori's my stream, we get advantage on our birthdays.
Oh, that's
Yay.
fun.
We get
Yeah.
we get an
That's
extra
a good
D10
idea.
for
I
the
should
gremlin.
use that.
Yeah. Anyway, so are any of you doing anything to prepare? I have in my notes that Rosa, you were going to procure guard uniforms to let you sort of infiltrate.
Yes, we are all going to have disguise uniforms. My men are outside waiting for us with valiant steeds to take us away when we need to.
Yeah.
Okay.
On the other hand, Alasfa is checking his weapons, making sure that there's no damage, that they're sharp but not shiny, so they don't glint in the light. Strapping some to his boots, to his upper arm. Like, he probably has a dozen knives on him in different places, just all over the place. So if one gets confiscated, he's got 11 more.
Is the uniform
Okay.
I'm giving you shiny though?
Probably.
I'm sorry?
Is the uniform I'm giving you shiny?
It's not necessarily shiny as much as it's attention getting.
At the end
Is
of the
that
day, I'd
worse?
rather than see the uniform than the glint
Like,
of the blade
you
in my
want to
hand.
see guards coming from a block away so you know, like, not to misbehave.
Yeah, I just didn't know. I'm like, do you want me to pick out the most dull of all the uniforms for you? Because I could. So his
It's
is
alright,
less
as long as they don't see the glint of the blade, we should be okay.
nice.
Okay. Zakea, Mercutio, are you two doing anything to prepare?
Oh. Zakea, I'll let you go first. Zakea?
Okay, right, sorry.
Panda told us earlier she's
Yes,
got...
so we had
Like, who the hell is that?
We had agreed at the previous game that I had disguised myself as a servant for better sneak in because while I could have gone in as a performer and done very well at it, it's probably easier to take the servant disguise off and be either a kitty or a performer than it is to explain the performer who ran away with an armload of letters. You said that because I have a 2 in remembrances, it was plausible that I would remember my past life as a servant, so I'd be able to plausibly see knew what I was doing. And as a special favor to Rob, I will not make any chamber pot jokes. I won't even bring back the pillows gag.
Fair enough.
It's a pretty good gag, though. I like the pillows gag.
Okay, so to clarify, you're going in human form servant costume?
Yeah, just looking like one of the servants that'd be about
Okay.
there, because it's a perfectly reasonable thing to have the Italian ambassador have someone to sweep dust, turn down the fire, check the linens. I don't know what time of day we're going in there.
That is entirely up to you.
I think we
you
were
can-
doing this as soon as possible, so I would pick a period, like, I'd just pick a chore that would be appropriate to that period of time. Maybe I'm putting a bed warmer into the bed. Maybe I'm going to trim the lamps.
Okay. As soon as possible is good. Only in as much as it's like, don't spend a week planning, guys. So whether you want to go high noon, dawn, dusk, dead of night, that's reasonable.
Dead of night.
Would go in straight through the front door, and it really wouldn't matter to her as far as much planning, because servants are always out and about. She'd probably not go in while the place would be super busy, but she's going to guess that the Venetian ambassador probably isn't kicking around his chambers during regular business hours.
That's a fair assumption.
Mm-hmm.
And if she knows about any court functions that he'll be away attending, that's when she'd definitely go.
There is nothing that you know of at the moment.
I would ask anyone I know, because I think he might be Catholic, if there's any Catholic occasions going on or weirdness with prayer that he might be occupied in.
Oh, there are so many churches and so many chapels. There's a mass going on every day. You find out he's got a favorite chapel, and he goes pretty reliably every Sunday. Doesn't really seem to feel a need to go on any other day.
Perfect. I guess we're going on Sunday. Well, he's happily occupied doing the heretic faith.
All right.
Yep.
Doing the heretic
Oh,
thing.
We
I
should
like.
be moving it at night, though.
I
Let's
kind
be
of thought
honest,
it was
I probably don't look like the rest of the guards, being a large Bedouin, so the
like
cover of darkness is
You're a
probably
little
best.
tall to be a stormtrooper.
So, Constantinople is like the definition of cosmopolitan.
Mm-hmm.
So, as long as you're dressed like a guard, like no one will really care that your skin seems darker.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, that new guy's kind of big.
that's rude to say about him. That's what I would say.
Pretty much.
He's very emotional about that. He understands his uniform is much more tight.
Yeah, you've got like all sorts of skin tones here in Constantinople.
All right, guys. So it sounds like we're going in whenever on a Sunday at night, and it's this Sunday right now. Yeah.
Yes.
All right, let's move.
Well,
The sooner the better.
And break.
well,
Rob, you had something?
yeah, I had to set up my plan.
Okay.
I'm taking a page from Alaska book, and I'm actually rubbing dirt onto all of my weapons. I am actually so on some of my blades, I'm actually putting either Anthrop of Belladonna or Deadly Nightshade on it. And yeah, you're welcome, Harry. And and
Okay.
basically, I'm dipping it into those solutions, and I'm going to take a pin,
Mhm.
and twirling it and putting it nicely into Zakia's hair to pull her hair up. So that pin, if anything were to come awry, she can easily take that and prick someone and actually poison them for her self defense. I'm done.
Excellent
That-
thinking. I
that's
might
really
just
cool.
poison my blades too.
Okay, go for it.
Takea has a tiny knife as
Oh,
well.
nice job.
You could probably get that poisoned as well. Aw.
Um, she just might. I do feel that as long as she can avoid other, basically, her kryptonite is if she bumps into other entertainers who are rivals. So if that happens, please distract her because, unfortunately, my antithesis is a failure to defend my territory, and those are the rival kitties as far as she's concerned. Because they might get poisoned if you do that, if she runs into
Oh
them.
boy.
Okay.
The gang
Uh,
rescues an imprisoned king while Zakea poisons a whole circus.
Damn.
It needed to be done.
I guess they had it coming.
Whoop. Rob just
Oh no.
there we go,
It
he's
was
back.
kind of
I
like
think
that
we're back.
West Side Story. My troop and their troop just went to each other finger snapping.
And someone
I
got
don't know what
stabbed, just
happened
like
right
West Side
there.
Story.
Me and Tori kind of like failed off. I think our internet kind of like hiccuped real quick. So we literally stopped where Rachel
We
started
didn't
talking, and then
defeat all the gremlins.
Oh,
Sorry. It's mostly just Panda talking about how Zakea might stab her rival performers if she happens across them.
got it. Okay.
I'm just warning people that that's my antithesis since I don't want people to think that I'm wrecking things for no fun. But
Oh,
yes,
and
now her tiny little knife is extremely deadly, and she has an additional tiny sharp thing in her hair. Perhaps she will wield them in one in each hand for proper cat claws.
And as well, I forgot to mention that I am actually wearing a beard prosthetic to hide my appearance, and I'm actually wearing a prosthetic scar. So I'm actually people cannot under like see my original visage because since I'm going right into through the front with Zakea, I can't have my hide my face like Alaska, doing hiding in the hidey holes in the trees and whatnot in the houses. So if one thing that I learned from Alasfa, always disguise yourself, even when you're in front of people.
I think for my character's disguise, she's going to go for as boring servant as possible. She covers her hair, but she's going to wear some big gaudy accessory that would be appropriate, that will be very memorable, so people will remember, oh yeah, she had a red sash or something like that, and then throw it away. So that's what sticks in people's memories.
Yeah, yeah.
smart. It's really smart, actually.
Hello, do
Okay.
you not understand? We have an Ocean's 11 situation
Yeah,
on
we
our hands
do.
right now. We all came prepared.
I'm just ready to sneak in and stab some fools. That's what I'm here for.
I'm hoping to
Well,
find
The
a
getaway car.
stab someone.
let's see
Let's see who what.
who seems stabbable.
Yes, that's priority number one.
All right.
All right, we're
Uh,
all set. Let's start this baby. Let's do this.
Cool. So, we are going to start with Rosa and Alasfa. So, in your stolen guard uniforms, you are able to get really deep into the palace complex. Uh, so you walk past guards who are at strict attention, really attentive servants, and crumbling, treacherous walls. And you just sort of have the feeling, oh, that's stuff I'm just skipping by thanks to Rosa and her ability to get important items. So,
Yay.
even though it is nighttime, the palace isn't completely dead.
Mm-hmm.
There's always something that needs to be done. There's always someone up late, including a man who you sort of round the corner and he's talking to someone else. He looks to you, dismisses whoever he's talking to, and says, "You look new."
First off, is he a fae?
He is not. He is a middle aged man, reasonably well made clothes. He wears the personal badge of Empress Euphrosyne, who, Rosa, you will know is not really the power behind the throne as much as she is the power beside the throne.
Right.
So Alexios ascended to power really by virtue of her political acumen and her machinations. So this man is obviously one of her servants, and you also noticed that he has the hairless face of a eunuch.
Hmm.
Okay. So I would say first, he's gonna be looking at unearthly beauty, and I don't think he gets, he doesn't really look at my friend here. So unless you
Okay.
feel he should, but I think he's gonna be staring at me. And then I'm also like, I know where I'm going. I'm a Templar. I know how to interact in these ways. But if he's a eunuch, I do need to know what that means.
He has no balls. They
Yeah.
were cut off at some point in
Also,
his
like
life.
the bald guy on Game of Thrones, right?
Or
Mm-hmm.
possibly
Yes.
crushed,
Yes.
Yes, or
depending on
Yeah,
possibly.
that's
how
just like
we're
that.
done.
Yep.
Yes. Uh,
Not fun.
Theoretically,
uh,
it and dropped off, but they don't do that to humans usually.
yeah. Eunuchs have a particular role in this society. They are allowed to go places that other men aren't, particularly like the women's wing, where all the women live, because they don't have families, because they don't really tend to form romantic relationships. They're seen as inherently more trustworthy for certain types of jobs.
Awesome. So he's wondering if we're new. I'll be like, we shouldn't be new. We've been here. So, um, no, but he knows everything. Harry, what should we do?
He's not here. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. He is here. I'm
Oh.
sorry.
Yeah, well, he's here.
I
I was
mean,
blanking
what
on
are
whose
there
turn it would be.
bushes nearby?
No, you are deep
Shit.
in the palace
Shit,
complex.
I can't just ice him and throw him in like a pot or
I
something.
know, I know.
Like-
I'm
I mean, there are really no witnesses here.
That's true, but I don't want to leave a body. So instead, I'm gonna just gesture for Rosa to do her thing.
perfect.
Alasva's not a talker.
So he just asked. He just asked if we're new, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just sort of push you forward.
Not new to this part of the castle, yes, but not new in general. We are very seasoned here.
He doesn't quite buy it. So your unearthly beauty is working. Because even though he's a eunuch, he still has a sense of aesthetics. Uh, and so he says, "So which one of the nobles do you work for?"
Fuck.
I'm going to say the exact same. No, 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 no.
You can just give him the name of someone you know
Who do
randomly
you want to get in
or know
trouble?
of.
Who do I want to get in trouble? Right.
Yeah.
Not a great thing. I do well with politics. Do I know someone that would work well with her, but he wouldn't technically know? You know what I mean?
Uh, yeah, you're not sure how many people this guy actually knows or knows of, but you can give him the name of Gregorius, who is he's a low-ranking noble, very obviously a social climber.
Ah, okay. So that is who. That is why we've been transferred to this. How do they feel about the Knights of Templar?
You guys are great. You're warriors for Christendom.
Yeah, I think I will also add that we actually came from the Knights of Templar to now serve this castle for Gregorius.
And so he sort of like folds his hands like in front of his belly and says, "I see. What is Gregorius up to? I wonder. Well, I suppose I could involve myself in whatever petty drama he's up to.
You're involving
I have
yourself.
only one question.
Okay.
Whatever you're up to, does it in any way threaten the royal family?
Son of a
Why would
bitch.
we threaten the royal family? No.
Uh, so, manipulation plus subterfuge.
Ow. Manipulation. Wait, I have no subterfuge.
Oof, that's not good.
I do have 2 manipulation though. Does Harry get to roll as well?
I'm not very good at that.
Is Harry talking?
No.
No, no. Harry's like,
So
like, yo, I let the pretty girl talk.
I mean, Harry can speak up if he wants to.
My
got-
accent will not.
I got a success.
Get a roll.
I got 1 success. Should I
How
add
many?
my other D10?
Now, might as well.
Wait, what is it? It's what plus
Well-
subterfuge?
Manipulation.
Okay, so that's 2 dice for me. Yeah, that's not good. I'll speak up with
Well, he
one.
got 2 successes. You probably want to.
Oh, like add my extra D10?
Right now, I'm looking for places I can stash this dude's body. Is there like an urn or a vase or something that's just big, or like a closet?
An urn, dude? An
I-
urn is like yay small.
I mean,
bro.
like a big one. I don't know. I'm gonna fold them up real tight.
You're a troll, though. You have that strength.
There are tapestries if you want to Polonius this guy.
Jeez.
Yeah, there are closets and unused chambers. So Tori, did you want to roll an extra D10?
I was going to, yes.
Okay,
I'll roll it now.
okay.
Ow. Son of a gun.
Roly.
Nope, I
Oh,
failed.
Oh
that does
no.
not sound good.
No.
Okay.
Here's son of a
The
gun.
moment this guy
But-
starts, the moment I start to get the vibe that this guy's picking up on our bullshit, I'm gonna like give a look to Rosa, like, should I get rid of him?
I'm not a big killer person. So I'm like, ah.
Alright, he doesn't need to die. And I'll see if I
So-
can. Yeah.
Did you really cover your eyes, Rosa?
So you see him sort of twig to the fact that whoever you are really up to no good.
The
And
moment.
so he starts backing up and he takes a deep breath like he's about to shout.
No, you fucking don't. The moment I see that change in his face, I'm just gonna immediately move, put my hand over his mouth, and cut his throat.
Okay. That would
Hardcore.
be dexterity plus melee.
Good news is, I'm really good at that, and I have specialty in, guess what? Knives.
Nice.
All right. I'm just gonna make this a real
7
quick.
successes. with
Okay.
3 10s that rolled it. So it was
Wow.
originally 4, but 3 of them were 10s. Holy shit.
I'm gonna give this guy a chance to resist.
He can try.
Yeah. I mean, he's a spy. He's not very athletic,
Yeah.
so he's rolling fewer dice than you have successes.
Oh, yeah.
success.
So he got 2 successes. Oh no, he got 1 success because that's a 1.
Ooh. So I'm gonna like immediately like put him in a closet as soon as he's down.
I should be able to find one. I feel like I know my way around a little bit.
Yes. So you know that people will eventually find the body?
As long as it's not within the next few minutes, we're all good.
Okay. So, well, you're like cutting this guy's, the Empress's right-hand man and
Whoops.
letting him bleed out. Let's switch to Zakea and
I
Mercutio.
need actual dice, Rob. I'm about to take my dice back.
So,
Tough luck.
our Venetian ambassador is enjoying the soothing presence of prayer. I am returning with, let's say I'm changing the water in his room because it's good to have water and it's not like anyone has taps in their bedrooms. So,
So you need to get there first.
okay.
Crossing through the Magnara Palace complex. This was the focus of some revitalization efforts by a previous emperor
Hmm.
who, kind of bankrupted the empire to do it, and they haven't really recovered yet. But it's not as decrepit as the other wings. There's a really beautiful garden, and it's surrounded by about 3 or 4 stories of villa like apartments where ambassadors and foreign dignitaries all like to stay. Uh,
Okay.
and so, uh, even at night, I'm sorry?
Question.
Yes.
Yes. Now my character, because I do have one academics and one in investigation, and one in politics. Would I already know where the papers are, like generally located?
So you would know probably in his private apartments, probably in whatever room he uses for a study.
Okay.
So, like a desk or a little portable secretary, something like that. That's pretty
Cool.
easy.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. So the moon is full and beautiful and hanging low in the sky, and it really gives the gardens an almost ethereal quality.
Ooh.
And you start to hear music. And as you round a corner, you come across a group of noble women having a midnight picnic. I saw that, Panda. I saw that. Uh, and these are the most beautiful jewels of Constantinople aristocracy. And they are laughing and playing blind man's bluff, and you see a spread full of wine and cheese and fresh fruit. So they're having a great time.
Mm-hmm.
And as they are like literally cavorting, there is no better word to describe it. They are cavorting. One of them, a very beautiful redhead with just tightly curled hair, you know, falling down to her hips. She sees Mercutio and she says, "Ho, guardsman, are you on duty?"
Oh, my lady, of course I am not here on duty right now, but for you I will be on duty. My name is John. How may I help you here today, young fair lady?
You can help us by joining us, John. She offers you a full cup of a thick red wine.
I, my lady, it is such a beautiful gift that you've given me the red wine. But I must go, for I have things to do, people to see, and places to guard. But I give you this message before I leave. If you are here when I come back, I will not only drink this wine with you, but I will show you a secret that you would never have thought you would seen ever in your life. I will show you the
Well,
regenerative
but we
powers.
won't
Of,
be here. We won't be here for that much longer.
hmm. What? Okay. What is the Kea doing right
Mm,
now?
I'm just sneaking past whilst doing the servant thing of I'm much too busy for you to interrupt and ask me to go fix your ham or something.
Ah, yes. So do I notice actually that no, not even in character. Ah, my dearest Marias, fine. I will sit and have one glass of wine with you. And while doing this, I look around and do a 360 turn to see my surroundings to see, of course, with my training from Alaska, I learned to always be aware of my surroundings. So I use
Yep.
my laughter to survey, and I see Zakea wandering off. So, my lady is fine. I will show you
Yep.
one trick.
You also see there are a couple bodyguards, chaperones. Hard to tell what their deal is, but they are watching this picnic from a discreet distance.
Ah, my dear, I shall show you. Well, first, what is your name, my beautiful dear?
I'm Flaviana.
Slaviana. Such a beautiful name for the beautiful woman. I shall show you a trick. But if I show you this trick, you shall owe me a favor for it. This is a trick that no mortal man can do.
I think you should show me this trick over there. And she sort of
Oh,
like indicates a dark corner of the gardens. And then she says, I'm getting married in a week. And he's really old and ugly. Come with me.
my dear, my dear, as much as I want to go with you, it is so beautiful here, out in this fresh garden, so open. So I can see the birds and the bees and everything around. Sit here with your friends, comfort with me, and let's have some wine and let me show you the trick.
She kind of pouts a little bit, but then says, okay.
Now, Slavian, promise me if I show you this trick and I blow your mind, you shall owe me a favor. Any favor that I ask.
Oh, anything.
Perfect. Have you ever seen a man go from old to young instead of young to old?
Well, no.
Ah, so I shall show you in one swoop. With that, I take off my hidden beard and my scar. Ah, look at me! I am so young. I am so beautiful. Have you not seen this? Going from old to young, Slaviana.
Uh, she claps her hands in delight and says that's a very good trick. And
Now
then wants to know, what favor you want.
I shall ask you that favor when it comes. But for now, let's sit and just enjoy the basking of the beautiful sun upon our beautiful skin. And I,
Okay. So, the satyr has been distracted by a party.
Of course.
or, or you mean the satyr is distracting the party? Oh,
I mean, they wouldn't be that hard to sneak past.
oh.
Uh, Zakea, what are you up to?
Well, I need to figure out which one of these is the Viennese ambassador's chambers. What other servants seem to be out and about?
I so there's a small team of servants who pretty much do work at night, so as to not get in the way of the aristocracy as they're out and about. And so yeah, so there are people around, not as many as during the day.
Do any of them look like they'd be sympathetic if I did the oh, can you do me a huge favor routine?
You can try. Most of them look like they have their own jobs.
It's a very straightforward thing I'm going to ask them,
Okay?
and I find the most reasonably approachable looking of the bunch. And I go up to them and I say, and like hushed tones, oh, can you do me a really large favor? It's a real matter of urgency. Dosie's going to be in so much trouble if I don't help her out. She
Sure. So you find someone sweeping and like, what? What's going on?
she was cleaning in the Vietnamese ambassador's rooms and she accidentally knocked over a goblet onto one of the hangings and she got it all marked up. She managed to take it out without anyone looking to have me fix it. and I've gotten it all tidied up, and it's here tucked in. I indicate like somewhere in my bulky clothes that I'm hiding it. I need to get it back before anyone notices, or she's going to be in so much trouble. She was supposed to meet me, but I hear that she had to go off to church. Doing the mass thing. Can you help me figure out which rooms it is? I need to take care of it, or she's going to be in so much trouble. Oh, she's like a sister to me. We got posted in different locations. I was always so jealous when she got the palace, but now she's going to get flogged within an inch of her life. She says the hangings are his favorite.
And so you see the servant's eyes kind of light up, and they're like, "Yeah, but you got to do me a favor in return.
Oh, what can I help you with?
I have to pick up his laundry when I'm done here. If you do that,
Oh, I'd be really happy to help you with that. I'll be quite done with it. I usually work as like a launderer and seamstress, so I know what I'm doing. Get it
great,
all
go."
sorted for you by color. Which ones are vegetable dyes?
Yeah, so she tells you where the laundry rooms are, and yeah, once you pick up the laundry for her, she'll let you in.
Of course, I'm happy to pick up the laundry.
Okay. And so with that, we will let you guys pause right now and return to Rosa and Al Asfa, who,
Just
this
did
was
a
kind of a
murder.
bloody death. This was kind of a bloody death, so there's probably like some drying blood on your shirt sleeves.
Did I
I have a
pack an
plan. I have a
expert
plan.
flow?
I'll take my
What?
knife and I'll just cut a thing along my face so it looks like I have an actual wound so the blood looks like mine.
Like the poison knife?
No, not a poison knife. Don't
Okay.
worry, I'm not just like hitting myself with it. I just cut
Architecture.
myself,
Thank you.
freeze
And
up,
I'm
and
dead.
just keel over.
Thank you, Rosa.
I'm
Like,
like, oh, snap. Oh.
Alasfa forgets he put neurotoxins on his blades. And just kills.
Very
I
short
mean,
adventure.
you don't have a single dot of intelligence, you can probably cut yourself with the right knife.
Yeah.
I'm here. I warned him.
Yeah, I go to do it and you're like, remember, there's toxin on that. I'm like,
One has toxin on it, though.
Mine is the minds of the
Mike
assassins.
fell over.
Oh dear.
But
Okay.
Okay, it's back.
Yeah, I don't. That's not worth a wound, so I won't impose wound penalties on that. That's just cosmetic damage.
he really
Okay.
hates his face.
I'm sorry.
He really hates his face. Did you do it on your face?
I mean, your character's relationship to their own faces. Is
Yeah, I
your
did it on my
business.
face because like one side of my face already has a massive axe wound in it, so
Right.
can't get much more fucked up than that. So
I know, I'm like, oh darn, there he goes again.
Yep.
You gotta
Okay.
stop doing that.
We need to keep going.
So you make it to the cistern where the deposed emperor and his son are being imprisoned. And there are two guards in front of the locked door. One of them appears native Greek, so he's got the sort of swarthy complexion and dark hair. Another guy, he's like he's very big. He's got long blonde hair that's braided in some interesting styles. Uh, and he's got some tattoos of like an angular script neither of you have ever seen before. So they see you. And so you also see a small table off to one side that's got the remains of their dinner. So like bread, meat, cheese, wine. Uh, and so you you get a chance to see them before they see you, in case you want to take any sort of evasive or covert action.
Here's the plan. Oh, here's the plan. You take this knife. It has poison on it. Be careful. Now you stay behind me. I will pretend I was attacked to get their attention. Perhaps one will stay by the door, one will run towards you. I will go for the one by the door, you go for the one that goes to you.
Are you sure we should run up? That gives them a lot of time to scream.
Not run. Just don't worry.
Alright, I will follow you.
Brilliant. I'll hand a knife just to Rosa.
Okay.
Help! I've been attacked! Ugh.
Okay. So give me a manipulation plus subterfuge roll.
Oh yeah, that's
because
gonna go fucking well. Oh boy.
I thought we tried this before.
Alexios did not put idiots in charge of this particular prison cell.
Okay,
Oh,
that's
I've
one.
been attacked by my barber. I have
Yeah,
a
that's
shaving
one
gun.
success.
I think
You
I'm
got
also
the
with him. I'm like,
right now.
please someone help him.
Yeah, can I get an
Okay.
assist?
Yeah, I'm
One
gonna try.
success is all you need.
Brilliant.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah,
touching
and
it.
so, although the end result is not necessarily any different, so they believe you, they rush to your aid and like, what happened? And the Greek starts yelling, "They're trying to free the emperor!"
Son of a bitch. Okay, they're
I feel
both
like I
dying.
accidentally
Stab,
just...
stab.
Like, ah!
Okay.
Son of
I
a
love
bitch, I
how-
didn't think
I
that
love
one
how-
through.
You're like, all
That's kind of what I thought, but it's okay. I'm enjoying following
Yeah, that
the
went
leader.
about
But
as well as I thought
definitely
it would.
killed someone.
Okay.
I'm like, oh my god, this is against everything I believe in.
I mean, they
Not
only
fair, 'cause
think
I have a
there's
terrible suggestion.
Okay,
What was that?
It's a pity I'm not there because of a terrible suggestion.
go ahead and give it.
When help arrives, make sure the door is kicked in and say that the emperor and his son have already escaped. Go find them. Then when you go in with the emperor and son, blackmail them and tell them, well, now they're going to kill you because they know you tried to escape. You have to come with us.
You're so wrong, dude.
That's excellent thinking.
That is.
I'm not sure Alasfa would have thought of that on his own, but it's a good
Rosa
plan.
might.
Eh,
Maybe.
this is
As
this is
of-
collaborative
Rosa,
storytelling.
me? No.
All right, so stabbing these two guards.
Okay. Because we had a late start, we're just gonna do a roll off. Dex plus melee. They're really good.
So am oh shit. 2 successes out of 11.
All right, so are you going for the Greek or the Varangian?
Whichever one I think looks like a bigger threat to Rosa.
Probably the Varangian, because he's a fucking Viking.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit him with a. I'm gonna try to get him with a poison blade. Some kind
Randy
of
guard.
fast acting something
Nope.
so his muscles seize
Where
up.
were
Oh, boy.
they? Because I feel like I would have probably stabbed the one that was like, I was thinking the one that just screamed. I was like, oh fuck.
So the Greek would have been the one who screamed because he would have picked up on the political ramifications like a second before the Viking.
Okay.
But so the Viking rolled 2 successes
Shit.
and 2 ones.
Let's see what I did.
Eat shit, Viking.
Oh, I got 4.
Okay.
Dude,
That's the best thing I've ever done.
I thought I was done for with those 2 successes. I was like, well, bye-bye, Alasfa. I guess I'll roll up a new character.
Ah!
I got you, Harry. I'm actually kind of a fighter now.
All right, so you're attacking the Greek?
Yes.
Wow. Oh my god.
Uh-oh.
Come on, Rachel. I just told you this is the best one I've ever done.
Yeah, no, he botched.
Oh, good. I thought she was gonna be like, "Wow, Tori, yep."
No, I just had to recount because yeah, 1 success and 2 ones.
Hot damn. Looks like they didn't pick the best guards after all.
Looks like it not. But you guys have brought violence and death to innocent people. So give me a banality roll, both of you.
Oh no.
How does one go about that?
You've got to roll your glamour. And let me double check the difficulty. I believe it's 8.
Okay, that's not good.
Oh no. And what do we have to get?
Okay. Oh, I might just. Oh no, that's 7 successes.
Okay.
Son of a bitch, that is
How
bad.
much glamour do you have?
Wait, how much glamour do we have? Are we full?
It should be on. Yeah, you guys are full.
Okay, and that's
we
10 or 5 or
It should be on your sheet.
I don't have my sheet. What would it normally be?
Oh,
I thought it was
okay.
-5, but I don't
Oh,
know
then
if
mine
we
would be
added-
set. I think because I spent extra in getting glamour, so I think I maybe was at 7. I was playing Changeling the Lost earlier, so that's 3 successes.
So your glamour is usually pretty low. It starts around 4. Between 4 and 3.
Okay.
So that's how many
So it
dice
might
you
be
should roll.
5 or 6. I can't remember. I'll just roll 5. Either way, I'm not passing.
but
Oh, that's 4 successes out of 5. That's actually not bad at all. But that's not 7 or 8, whatever the difficulty was. So
Yes, difficulty 8.
banality down.
I only got 2, but one was a 10, but it doesn't matter. I got 2.
2 successes.
2 successes.
Okay.
With 4. You told me to roll 4, right?
Yes. And they are 8 or above.
Yes. I got
Cool.
a 10 and an 8. Which
Okay.
maybe Onyx Path dice actually heard me and they were like, no, we want you to win.
Okay. So as you take the lives of these innocent people, you sort of as you watch them die, and this sort of applies also to when you watch chimeras die, you see all of their potential snuffed out. Everything that they could have been and done is gone.
Damn, well, now you gotta go have me feeling bad about it.
Did I destroy love? Because I think I get glamour for that.
Rangian's never going back to his boyfriend.
I will say that if you manage to run across the weeping widow or the orphans of one of these people, you will get glamour for that.
Oh, great.
But right now you don't know who they love, so
I
So
knew
let's
they
just
loved
be
somebody though.
cartoon
I felt bad
villains
about
then.
that.
Or afterwards.
I'm sorry?
That's what the stalking is for afterwards.
Yes.
Oh, that did not feel good.
Okay, so back to Zakea. You have made it down to the laundry room.
Okay, gather up the appropriate laundry. I have no problem indicating that I'm doing a favor and bringing back the Venetian ambassador's laundry.
Okay, so there are actually a lot of laundresses here right now because they want everybody to wake up to clean clothes. So they're working the night shift, scrubbing and brushing and drying. Uh, and you hear a lot of gossip if you want to linger to overhear that.
How much lingering would I need to do?
Like 20 minutes?
I think I can spare 20 minutes just to get the lay of what's going on here. Although I probably will implant rumors of my own of Dozy, who spilled a glass of wine and that I covered for her to explain who the hell I am.
Okay. Yeah, so they accept your story because who the fuck sneaks into a laundry room? Especially when you're like, give me work.
Yeah.
So they believe you and they ask, do you have any good gossip?
It's very hard for me to resist, and therefore I tell them a nasty lie about one of my rival performers who's gotten a chance to perform at the Hippodrome, that they have a bad case of boils and won't be able to perform.
Okay, that doesn't really resonate with them, but they're like, do you know anything about the secret visitors? And then
Uh,
someone else cuts in, like, oh, yes, the Emperor, he's been entertaining mysterious visitors in his quarters at night. And so one of them says, is it a lover? And the person giving the gossip is like, the Empress would never allow that. No, no, this is something different.
Oh shit.
And so another
if
laundress
they think
has
it's related
claimed,
to the crusade.
probably another laundress says she saw one of these visitors. Oh yes, his skin was pale as moonlight, and he had eyes like a shark.
Oh no.
I do not get this correct, and I wonder about the shark puka wandering around. Don't say anything, but now I'm going to start asking about it.
She says shark puka.
So what do you ask?
Um, I asked if this person, who was pale of moon as moonlight, were they funny?
Oh, I don't know. Uh, maybe they had sharp teeth. I didn't see clearly.
Hmm.
And then someone else chimes in. Sharp teeth? Is that with all the bloody clothes? And they ask her what, and she says,
Oh.
"Oh, I had to wash some blood out of some finery a few days ago. I don't know whose blood or clothes, but I
What
had
was
to
the
do it.
embroidery?
Oh, it's just a beautiful doublet. It's not, you usually don't think of that as being bloody.
A bit of salt will take it out, though.
Oh, aye, and hard scrubbing.
Always, always.
Uh, and so this sort of cues a cascade of all these laundresses complaining about their jobs, and it is extremely mundane, and you can sort of feel the weight of the banality weighing down on you.
Let's see. Um, I think it would be very hard for me not to attempt to change things, which will remind them of who I am, but based on my talents, I will try to change the subject to some sort of rousing laundry themed performance that would be plausible for me to do. And I'm looking over what my skills are again. I have one dot in expression. So is there something like reasonable I could do? And I have three dots in athletics. So is there something I could do juggling wise with the equipment in the laundry?
So you can totally do an extended skit where like you pretend to slip on the on the soap and grab onto some laundry, and then that starts to pull down, and so you've got to take another pratfall and just turn this into like, like its whole
I was
performance. That would work.
thinking of doing something a little bit more of a mocking pantomime about a laundress who's dealing with a bunch of people having affairs with each other.
Yes, you can also do that.
Yeah, I'm not so much juggling the like slipping on the soap and doing pratfalls as picking up the various fine fancy clothing to play out the different characters, and possibly then making them pratfall a bit as the laundry I'm just playing the laundress is just character who's the protagonist getting increasingly frustrated with all the mess they're dealing with, and I use the we're so bored and overworked to segue into, but we get to see these ridiculous stories and stuff. So these people need some glamour in their life.
Yeah, so go for either charisma or dexterity, whichever one you have better.
I have five in dexterity.
Okay. And performance.
I ended up getting expression.
Okay, go with that then.
Okay. Let's get my dice roller open, which so six dice. It loads. Hey, it's already set to six dice. And
Hooray.
this is success. So
Come on,
Yes.
Come on, Puka. You got this. You got
and
9 lives, girl.
I got one success, one 10, and one botch.
Oof.
Okay, so the success and the
Botch cancel each
one
other
would
out.
take away from each other,
So I get to
but
reroll and see
you
what
can
happens.
re-roll the 10. Yeah, so you get to re-roll tens before you resolve all the ones. Yep.
I'm not sure how to re-roll the 10 on the app, but I'm just going to roll the dice anyway and see what happens.
I guess just roll one d10.
Yeah.
Okay. And I got a 9 this time.
Oh yeah, Puka, that's what's up.
Okay, so that would be two successes total.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you totally manage to lift their spirits long enough that the weight of their despair is no longer existentially crushing you. Uh, and it seems as though something interesting is happening as the result of you being around here. So there's a very young laundress. She looks like she's barely out of puberty, and she's been giving you eyes this entire time. Like, not necessarily flirty, but she can tell there's something about you. Uh, Looking at her, you don't necessarily see her as Kithane or even Kinane, but you can sense that the dreaming sort of coils itself around her in very interesting ways, which you can't quite understand until she starts having a seizure and tips headlong into one of the laundry vats.
Up,
Holy.
up, pull her out of there.
Yeah, and her coworkers seem like this is completely normal. And so the young girl starts screaming, "We have to leave! We have to leave! They're gonna kill us all! I've seen it!"
Well, man, this work can be dreary, but it's not that bad. Come on. You just won't ever have beautiful hands.
And so she starts spouting this stream of consciousness about uh no, the men with the silver and steel skin, they will come, they will bring fire and blood, and we have to flee. We have to get out of the city now. And so the other laundresses start dragging her away and making apologies. We're sorry, that's just Olivia. She has fits sometime. Pay her no mind.
Have one of
But you
those
can
in our
still,
workshop. He has a tendency to say cuss words he doesn't mean.
yeah,
Um,
you can still see that the dreaming is wrapping itself around this woman.
yeah, that's something I'm going to need to investigate later. I need to get back on the mission, which means I need to gather up the Venetian person's laundry and go hiding off there. But her name is Olivia, and there can't be that many Olivias who have seizures working in laundries in the palace.
Yep. And because everyone is so distracted by like, oh, Olivia's at it again, we gotta go take care of her and like keep this stranger from reporting her. Uh, you get the Venetian's clothing, you even get the key to his apartments. It's all gravy.
Okay, so far so good. The only
Okay.
handicap is I can't read.
You do not need to know how to read at this point.
Yes,
Uh,
I know where his space is. It's just I hope I grab the right thing.
that's true. Mercutio, what are you up to? Flavia is trying really, really hard to seduce you.
See now, question. Now,
Yes.
out of character, am I allowed to do a time jump while like everything, like as in, like while everybody's going through their progression, I
Uh-huh.
actually my progression goes through. Am I allowed to do that or no?
Well, so we'll need to define how you're spending your time as
Okay.
your compatriots are also doing things.
Okay, so basically, what I was thinking is basically, I am drinking the wine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm drinking the wine with them because I am satyr at heart.
Yep.
I'll drink all of them within 5 minutes, and they're all sleeping in the grass, and I just walk in to well, of course, before I do that, I place all my prosthetics back on my face because
Mm-hmm.
the only person that saw me was Flavia. And then I walk in with nobody noticing me because I'm just strolling in like nothing was going on. Because I do observe the people looking from afar, but I deduce that they're just there for Flavia because she did mention that she does not want to marry her suitor. So I assume that
Mm-hmm.
she is of royal intent. So I outdrink them and I walk in. Now, is that allowed that I could say that that happened within like 5 minutes? I
Yes.
already.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
great.
it would
Cool.
it would take a little bit longer than 5 minutes,
Like a 20-minute,
but
half an hour.
for dramatic, yeah, like for the sake of dramatic timing, I will say that you get all the girls drunk, at which point their chaperones sort of emerge from the shadows
Oh man.
to get them back to their quarters safely,
Yes, yes,
and they're like, "Thank you. We'll take it from here." Because you didn't actually sleep with any of them, so they think you're great for that reason. Uh,
Do I
and
do I
so,
get do I get the guards' names?
sure, one of them is named Christophoros.
Christy, Christy
Oh no,
Foros.
Rob froze. Okay.
No, I'm here. Oh, oh yeah. So Christy Foros. All right, cool.
Sorry, maybe it
So
was me that froze.
now,
Yeah,
are you
and so you as you're going back towards the via, you encounter Zakea with her arm full of clean laundry.
little one? What are you doing with all that laundry? It smells so fresco.
Where have you been, angry kitty? Like you could just see her hair is like
I am so sorry. You do know how I am. I see a beautiful lady. I must procure her attention. But I am back on the task at hand. Let us go. I know where we must go. Follow me
hold up the
this way.
Venetian ambassador is the key to his place.
Oh, you are what we call a clever one. How can I thank you? And I
And hand him
grabs a.
half the load of laundry when he has his arms out expansively.
This is not what I am talking about.
And then I
I
scurry in the direction of the Venetian person's place.
Okay. So you are scurrying up to the Venetian apartments.
with
We're
the
gonna
clothes in my
focus
hand, by the way.
back on Rosa and with the what in your hand?
With with the clothes in my hand, with the linen in my hand, we're rushing there. Just a second.
Okay.
I have not thrown it
You
away, so I still have that.
you might have to describe to explain why a guard is carrying laundry, but I suppose you can be like, it's a security measure.
The Venetian
Oh,
ambassador is very important.
let
He's
it play out. Let it play out.
any trouble.
Okay.
Exactly. Let it play out.
All
I
right.
got long.
So
Let it play. Cool.
all
And
right.
I'm
So
not going to
we're
be helping
gonna
if he's going to be in my way.
yes. So we're gonna turn the camera back to Rosa and Alasfa. So you've got two more dead bodies. You're feeling feelings about that.
Ah, shit.
Uh, you can very easily grab the key off one of their belts, and use that to unlock the prison, the cistern prison.
I'll tell Rosa, you get the key, unlock it, get the prisoners. I'll hold off anyone that comes for us.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I'll try.
I'll go and do that. And I feel like while I'm unlocking it, I do want to ask, like, are we still doing the plan?
I think it's a little bit late for that.
So you aren't hearing an alarm yet.
Okay.
It's possible that you got them before they're yelling. Got to whoever is next
Okay,
farthest
then I
away.
need to move these bodies.
Come on in.
I'll just bring them into the prison. I'm sure the two emperors or princes or whatever would be thrilled to see a giant just carrying two dead guards, one in each hand.
One's blind.
Well, yeah, one of them can't see anything.
All right, yeah, I'm coming in with the 2 dead guys.
So the cistern prison, it's very damp, and you catch the faint scent of mildew as you walk in.
Oh, these guys are gonna start to smell fast.
The furniture, it's also kind of slightly decaying because it's wood and there's mildew. But for right now, it's serviceable, and you can see some nicely painted icons on the wall, and a couple books, which strikes you as being kind of a cruel joke because you see 2 men. One man, presumably Isaac, he's late 40s, early 50s, and it's been a while since he shaved or had a haircut because his gray hair just hangs greasy and limply from his head, and he's got a beard to match. And what you like the most noticeable part about him is he's got some bandages wrapped around his eyes, and you can see burn scars peeping out from under the bandages from when he was blinded. Like they obviously didn't do this gently.
Oof.
As he speaks, he coughs into a blood-stained handkerchief.
Oh no.
Uh, Alexei, who looks about late 20s, he's tried to make more of an effort, but they only give him so much water a day, so he's also pretty grimy and filthy. Yeah. And so they look to you, they look to the guards, and the both of you, like, I'm not going to make you roll again because I just made you roll, but you can feel how crushing the banality is in here. This is a place that hope and inspiration has simply utterly abandoned.
I'm going to drop the guards to the ground. Just thud.
And so
You are coming
Isaac
with
sort
us.
of gets to his feet, and like you see his arm shake a little bit as he gets his balance. He says, Alexei, who is it? And he says, I don't know, Father. And then to you, who are you?
We are here to take you. Let's flip clothes. How about these guards and you guys? Really quick.
And so Alexei explains to his father what's going on. And so Isaac says, Ah, is it rescue then?
So it would seem.
Help your father. And if you want to help off, so you can.
I'm gonna post up by the door and make sure no one's coming. And if someone is coming, I'm gonna make sure I intercept them.
I'm like, yeah, I think I like rolling. Okay, I'm helping.
And so Isaac asks, where will you be taking us?
Oh,
Does that really matter to you right now, or are you wanting to get out of this room?
I wish to know if I'm rushing into an ally or a greater enemy.
Well, we're not trying to kill you.
Yeah, so you would remember from last game, there is a ship that will take them to Philip of Swabia, who is a king of Germany, and Isaac's daughter, Alexei's sister, has married him. So
Okay.
presumably, you know, welcome.
And we're doing this for the she leader, right?
There's a lot of people who want this to happen. Your particular motivation is yes. Uh, Alcifa has pretty much ordered you to.
Yes. Well, we're bringing you to your aunt?
Daughter, sister-in-law, or daughter, sister, depending on.
That one. Daughter.
It's separate. This isn't Chinatown.
Right.
no!
Like, what? But no. you are to be taken away from here into safety with kin.
Okay. Uh, and so Alexei starts changing. Isaac remains sitting.
Are you not wanting to go, old man?
And so he takes a moment.
Respectful, sorry.
I mean, this is not the worst indignity that he's been subjected to. Says, ah, no, I don't think I should go with you. You're right. I'm an old man. I would slow you down.
Well, I know you can't see, sir, but I actually have a giant friend that can easily carry you.
Wouldn't
And
exactly be subtle, but I can try.
Rescuing an injured guards person, taking him to medical help.
so you see Alexei put his arm on his hand on his father's arm, and he's like, "Father, you can't." He goes, "Oh, what happens if I leave? They find you gone, they find me gone, they'll raise the alarm. The very least I can cover for you for a few minutes, buy you some extra time."
Don't
Sadly,
do it. You're gonna die.
sadly, sir, Your Highness? like,
I
I'm like,
mean, he was the emperor, he was deposed. It depends on how you feel about that.
uh, I was it he deposed because of like religious?
It was just his brother was kind of an asshole.
Okay,
Blinded him
so
and threw him in jail.
yeah, sure. I'll say Your Highness still. All right, I'm. Forgive me, Your Highness, but I'm on. I'm under strict orders to bring you with, whether you are a volunteer or not.
Highness,
And
you
like I said,
say.
behemoth.
Am I the emperor or am I not the emperor?
You're not.
Then there is no reason for you to bring me. My son is my heir. Take him.
Any sleeper holdouts?
He's right.
Sleeper.
He would only be a hindrance.
You don't want to complete the full mission.
If it is against his wishes, then no.
It was strict orders to get both of them from the head of the Fae.
Look at that tissue he's holding.
I
Do you
see
see
all
that?
that he's
So, like,
doing.
He barely.
for emphasis, he coughs again into his handkerchief, and he takes it away, and you see, oh, that's fresh blood that he just coughed up.
If you. What point will rescuing him do if he'll be dead in a month or two?
I've made my peace with my maker.
The more
But
time we spend here, the less our chance of survival is. We need to go
It's-
now.
I agree. I don't necessarily care what he wants us to do in the
Yeah,
first place.
so, Rosa, you have enough politics that as this is going on, in the back of your head, you're like, all right, we can at least get the air out. That's just as good because this guy obviously does not have that long left on this earth. But if you have the air, that's something. That's meaningful.
Excellent. I think before I leave, though, do you wish to die?
And he thinks about that. It says, I wish for my suffering to be at an end.
Is that the same of fostering dreams if he wishes to die?
So, to sort of more explain, he says, I will return when the good Lord calls me home. And so you get the feeling like he is kind of done being alive. But he is a very devout Christian, so he is not going to commit suicide.
All right.
You don't really think of this like this doesn't quite qualify as a mercy kill.
I think he'll I think he'll probably feel his life has more meaning if he can spend it saying, "They hurt my son, but I'm still all right. Go find them," or whatever, to explain the dead bodies as cover, than he would if he got Mercy killed and then they had to explain, "Oh, someone killed the ex-emperor."
Yeah, there's still a little bit of a glimmer of hope that his circumstances might improve.
Okay. Then we leave him with whatever the guards had on them.
Yeah. Yeah, he just takes his seat and occasionally coughs into his handkerchief, and the rest of
Alexi
you.
can say goodbye.
Yeah, they have I'm not going to role play with myself, but they have a really touching scene where Alexei says, I'm not ready for this, and his father says, you have to be. I taught you well. Go with God. Uh and this is actually really inspirational. So if you've spent glamour, you can take glamour.
Yeah. Did we spend it in general?
You have not cast any cantrips yet.
Yeah, I
So
haven't
now
spent
we,
any.
yeah. So now we should have 5.
Okay. Well, so you have a permanent cap. That's probably at this point between 4 and 5. And so that is the pool you have. You can only regain up to that cap.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hmm.
Just making sure, because I'm like, I had 5 at one point, then I had to I erased it because I think we gained 1 last game.
Yeah. Well, so if you look at your sheet, you've got the black dots, and under them are boxes.
Correct.
Yeah. So the black dots are your permanent pool, and the boxes are for you to tick off when you spend glamour,
That makes
and
sense.
so then you erase the little tick marks when you get it back.
That makes
Yeah.
a lot more sense than what I was doing.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm slowly introducing these mechanics as we play.
You're good.
But that's what's gonna happen for this game. So anyway, you guys are helping Alexei change. There's a tearful goodbye with his father. Back to Zakea and Mercutio. Uh, so you have an armful of laundry. You've got a guard for plausibility's sake. You've got the key, and so the people keeping watch on man, I forget what this guy was named. He's an actual person.
Epic.
Alessandro.
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 So
I
what
thought
did
it was.
you say?
I thought it would be Alejandro. Yeah,
That would be.
Alejandro.
Oh, he's Italian, not Spanish. I'm sorry.
So I just do my like dramatic little maid routine. If anyone wants to talk to me and is like, "Oh, you're new around here," it's like, "Yes, I'm new. I'm covering for Dozy. She's going to be in so much trouble." You'd think I'd be a better friend to Dozy by not telling everyone what she did, but I'm assuming all the servants will keep it mum, as will the guards. And if anyone asks why the guard is helping me with laundry, I look smug and say, "I have my ways," as to
Yeah.
try to make them jealous.
So you're sort of devising all of these things, but it's 4 in the morning, and you look like you belong. You have proof you belong, so the guards are just like, whatever.
Okay, so in we go. I was expecting to be in there at the time when the Venetian ambassador would be out at church, but I guess we're not.
So I was under the impression you were going at night.
That was what everyone else decided for their retrieving stuff. I asked to go when he probably wouldn't be home, but I guess we'll have to search the place while he's sleeping peacefully.
Uh, You know what? He is spending the night with his mistress, so he's not here.
It's how he's learning the local language, I understand.
Okay.
Um, okay, so I'm gonna maintain the servant disguise. Be quiet using my ridiculously high stealth score, and then I'm gonna use when I'm in there. I'm gonna check to make sure with my 3 points of alertness that there's nobody else hanging out. I don't know, like a permanent butler or something who just hangs out there, footman or something.
Nope. They follow their master.
Okay.
So there is nobody here right
He's currently looking slightly disgusted while holding a little pile of folded clothing.
now.
Okay then. So I'm not going to go straight to the desk. I'm going to think if I were going to have really juicy letters or gossip, where would be a good place to hide them and start searching the room under the guise of putting things away?
Well, as you start hanging up his shirts, you notice a couple corners of folded parchment sticking out of a coat pocket.
Shoop, 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 shoop. Just take
Yep.
anything that's paper. I don't know what is or isn't important. He's going to lose his entire collection of love letters to his mistress, but that's just the breaks.
Yeah. So, you pretty much figure out this was this guy's security system. You can check the desk for more letters, including one that he was in the process of writing.
I don't know what any of this stuff means, so gather it up, gather it up. Is there any dirty laundry I can take away with me?
Uh, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
There's
that's how we're
like
getting
a
all this
little
stuff out.
pile.
Oh,
Okay. Uh, so, just to check, you guys were doing all of this at the same time, right?
Yeah, just
yes.
for
Yeah.
convenience sake.
We split up the
Okay.
room, so we basically scoured. But she's like a puka vacuum, and I'm actually scouring. I'm looking at any type of parchment or a papyrus. Well, no, it would just be parchment. It wouldn't be papyrus. That's Egypt. I'm sorry, that's Egypt.
Clay tablets, suspicious
Yeah.
code rings.
Anything that looks of importance, and especially anything that has any marks or seals on it. I
Yep.
I put into a fold that is in my it's not a robe, but my clothing. It's more like
Yeah.
yeah, it's a robe. My tabard, actually, it's my tabard. Yes,
Yeah.
and it's
Okay.
actually a secret compartment that's in there that has for little secret things that has a zipper that you cannot see. So basically, I put all things in there, and while I'm doing that, do I know? All right, out of character, do I notice any type of jewelry, gold, jewel gems, or anything of substance?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. This guy lives large. So,
So, so Mercutio in character, of course, I'm going to take some of these because I do have one in academics and one in investigation, so I do know which would the shiniest gems or the
yes.
biggest gems would be the most expensive gems. So I would take all of the gems that I see. They're like, oh, you're shiny. You could give me
Okay.
a free pen.
Uh, so as you start putting all of this jewelry in your pockets, all four of you start hearing bells
Shit.
start ringing in the complex.
Oh no, Daenerys got back. No, stop.
Well, you do recognize them as alarm
Oh
bells.
no.
Dyson.
Run.
Someone found something.
Ooh, okay.
Most
So I
likely
hear
it's us.
I hear the can I go can I start off because they hearing the bells?
Yeah, you hear the bells.
I hear the bells. I tell Zakea, do you hear that? It is warning. Transform. Come into me.
Oh
Hide
yeah,
the
that's what the oracle said in the laundry.
Jesus. So the
We're all gonna die.
so can the puka can Zakea turn into a cat and hide it in my tabar?
Yeah, I could
Uh,
totally turn into a
she
cat and be
can, but you just told like God's honest truth as a papuka.
Say what? I didn't hear you.
It's kind of the truth, because I don't believe we're all gonna die.
Oh well,
Okay.
yeah, she's just following my lead because I'm like, listen, we need to go, and
Also, I have no reason to suspect that we're being invaded. In my character's opinion, the other people got caught. What a good thing I didn't go with them.
Okay. Yeah, so you can totally transform into a cat.
now
Uh
do I see any windows or anything around me? Anything that would lead to an immediate escape instead of going back through the corridors where we came from and going out the door?
so this is 1200s. Uh you get out of the apartments, you look, there's a corridor. At the end of the corridor is a nice set of windows, but these are not like windows you can open. This is like what you would see at a cathedral. It's leaded glass. So you can go out through the window.
No.
It's
Ooh, ooh.
gonna hurt.
No, I make my way back down the way I came from, but
Okay.
with every 50 paces, I look around to make sure that there's nobody following me in front or in back, making my way out the door.
Okay. Nobody is following you. You are in a guard's uniform. Nobody cares about the cat. They seem to be in a panic. Uh, the one thing that you do hear is that one of the Empress's servants has been murdered.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Whoops.
Uh, wait, time out. Question. Now
Yes,
like who hears that? Who hears that the Empress has been murdered? Is it just me or is it like literally going
it's
around that
everybody. Yeah, it's
everybody? Okay.
going around
Around going,
because
the Empress's
everybody
servant has
like
been murdered.
Ooh.
yeah, so because the alarm bells are ringing in the palace complex, servants, guards, everybody, they're upset, they're outside, they're like, what's going on? And that's the rumor that you hear. So the good news is that right now everybody thinks that the Empress is under attack. So, Asfa, Rosa, what are you up to?
Moving very quickly
He looks good
out
now.
of here.
Okay. Uh you feel a little bit of guilty relief as you realize, yeah, we really should have left Isaac behind. He would have slowed us down so much right now. Alexei is he's got a little bit of atrophy going on. He can't move as fast as he normally could, but he can keep up. And because you are all in guard uniforms, you do manage to escape notice. Sometimes a captain or lieutenant will scream orders at you, like "Go man the south wall," and you can be like, "Aye aye," and keep running, and they just ignore you. And so, we did say we were gonna run a little bit over, which it looks like we're doing. But for the sake of trying to keep it compact, I will say that at the entrance of the palace complex, the four of you and Alexi sort of encounter each other.
To the horses.
Sounds
Well,
about
we're
right.
not dead.
I
To the
question
horses.
question.
Yes.
Story. Do I see any of the guards that I did? I do I see Christophorus before I leave?
Yeah.
I do.
Yes. He is
Christo-
running past you.
Wait, Christophorus, stop, please. I have it. I need your help.
And so he spins on his heel and he's like, "Yes, what's wrong?"
My friends, my 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 companions, we need an escort, please. We have our horses going down there. Please escort us to safety, please.
What?
Uh, he looks and he says, I'm sorry, my friend. I can't. The Empress is under attack.
Ooh. That's totally
Go,
fine. That's way more important.
Go protect
Do
the
your
Empress.
job.
We have our other duties to attend to.
Yes, we need to do the south wall where the horses are, but don't talk about the freaking horses anymore.
Oh,
Yeah,
Well,
because you don't
technically,
want
I was
this
trying
guy.
to get us protection just in case people are trying to hijack us and try to attack us. We got
got it.
Kingsguard royalty. But
Well, I
I
mean,
see what you guys are saying, though. Okay, okay, I
yeah,
see it.
if Christophorus recognizes him, it would be bad for everybody.
yeah.
I see it now. I got it. My fault. I was
Yeah.
just trying to make sure that we don't get jumped or anything like that, seized or anything to. Okay, sorry. My
We're
bad.
also guards, don't worry. I am a
Yeah,
knight.
I remember we're in guard too. Yeah.
Meow.
Yeah, you're in guard's uniform. A bunch of you are armed. No one's gonna fuck with you.
So never mind with the Crystal Forest. Then I don't even look at him. I don't even talk to him.
It happened.
Yo, yeah, he went off. Yeah, but I'm saying that was my reasoning. That's why I just want to let you know that was my
Okay.
reasoning. Yeah, we were pretty set off, so never. Yeah, he screwed me over, so whatever.
All right, so you are on your horses. You are racing towards the docks.
Okay.
Alexei says, yeah, Alexei says he's very grateful and he will remember all of you when he is restored to his rightful place on the throne of Constantinople.
Meow.
And he says, yes, even you, kitty, and scratches your head. Has no idea that you and Zakei are the same person.
No idea who Zakea is.
Right.
I think before we leave, or we take him to the boat, and he's obviously leaving.
Mm-hmm.
I think before he goes, I want to ask, what do you plan to do?
Well, I'm going to connect with my brother-in-law, and we will raise an army to retake Constantinople.
I think we may have
Ideally,
just fucked up. I think we may have just fucked up real bad.
so
No time.
he follows that up by saying, and I think I can unite Christendom.
Meow.
I believe I can repair the injuries done 100 years ago when the patriarch was excommunicated by the Pope.
Very high hopes. I like the dreams and the hopes he's giving off.
Yeah, I mean he's accurate. The Eastern Patriarch and the Roman Pope were working together for a long time, and then the Pope excommunicated the Patriarch for kind of stupid reasons, but it stuck. And Alexei is here saying he can repair that rift. He's pretty confident he can.
Does Fae Affinity do anything for us?
What is your affinity? Oh, that is your that's the realm that you have an affinity with. So if you want to cast a cantrip on him right now, Fey affinity would not do much because he's not a fairy. If you have actor, you could affect him.
I do have actor. And I'm
Yeah,
wondering, and this is me not knowing much about this stuff, but is it worth like having him remember us four, and make sure that he remembers what has been done here and that he doesn't attempt to destroy all Fae?
I mean, it is worthwhile for him to remember that he owes you a favor.
All right, that's
A
what I would
pretty
want.
big one.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, the whole
Okay,
saving his
so,
life thing. That's...
Yeah. So which cantrip are you using?
So I really don't know what to do. Like I have actor 2 in the realms.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know where would I know where my cantrips are.
What are your arts? Because
My
a
arts are
cantrip is a combination of art and realm.
okay. I have sovereign, naming, and chronos.
Okay. How many dots of sovereign do you have?
I have 4.
Oh, okay. That's a
Damn.
lot.
Wow.
I'm good at that one.
Yeah.
And
So,
question:
uh,
Can she add her manipulation also, to like sway him to being more supportive?
so you can use a straight up manipulation plus, let's say, politics. You can definitely use that on a very mundane level. I'm looking up sovereign right now to tell what you can do with
Okay.
that. So that will be magic, so it will stick a little bit longer, but it will cost you glamour.
Well, I did just gain one, so
Exactly. She a fake. She got so much glamour. It's coming out her
Yeah, well,
ears.
I mean that wouldn't have increased your cap.
wait.
Let's see.
Am I fostering his dreams right now?
Yes, you are.
Cool. Let's do it. I'll spend and then doesn't it kind of return? It's fostering his dreams.
Sure.
I believe
Uh,
Nice.
yeah. So there's nothing really that you can use as far as sovereign is concerned. Um, you can use grandeur, which is 2 dots of sovereign, and just sort of impress upon him that you are a powerful person.
all right. Got etiquette in politics and unearthly beauty and noble bearing. Let's do it.
Yeah, so roll a number of dice equal to your art rating, which is 4, and then however much your actor rating is.
Darn, I forgot that I have to actually be good at rolling dice.
Sorry.
You're fine. I got 1 success.
Okay, that's all you need.
Hey, okay, cool.
I mean, did you roll any ones?
No. Uh, oh, it just re-rolled because I put my thing down. But no, I
Okay.
did not.
All right. One success. So yeah. He will remember you as just this uh radiant warrior queen who was there for him in his hour of need. He will remember your companions like almost as your attendants.
Nice. All right, I'm down with that.
Fair enough.
What?
So you put him on a ship. You've got this packet of letters, and I think this is a good point to wrap up for tonight.
Okay.
Hey,
Shazam!
Awesome.
mission
uh,
accomplished.
yeah, so thank you everyone for playing. Thank you for everyone who tuned in. Thank you for your forbearance with our gremlin fight earlier in the night. Yeah, any questions, comments, concerns, things you want to get done at the last minute?
No, this was awesome. I enjoyed it. I seem to have gotten to do what I had fun doing. I think it was worth blowing my cover to raise a few people's days.
I like it.
I am a-okay myself.
Yeah, I feel bad that I killed someone, but
Oh, please enjoy that. Enjoy that bloodlust.
I mean, technically, I'm not supposed to enjoy that. But I was like, oh, he's gonna ruin everything.
Yeah.
I
To be
mean, maybe you're on your way to switching to Unseelie.
I'm glad that they found the attendant and not the guards that we dragged inside the cell, because it's a good thing they weren't looking for the prince.
Now I need to find this shark poop.
Yeah,
What's
so
the angle?
I actually sort of had this like if then. Himeris uh was he would have been the easiest body to find.
Mm-hmm.
It would have taken them longer to find the guards just by virtue of nobody goes down there unless they're also a guard.
Mm-hmm.
But Himeris is in a more heavily trafficked part, and so once the servants start getting up and acting, they're like, "Oh no, he's dead. Oh, it's a pupper."
Oh, Jojo, hello! Oh, you're so handsome. What a little guy.
Run,
this
Panda,
is a beautiful
run!
A girl?
Yeah, Panda. This I do have I have chicanery. I had chimera in my last form. I'm about to be like, yo, Puka, don't play with this.
Yeah. So, yeah, so each of you had a particular banality trigger uh, that some of you managed to avoid and some did not.
Yeah, I murdered some
We-
people, so.
So when we gain banality, we just do a little check. Did me and Harry both gain one?
I believe you did not, but Harry did.
I did.
Yeah.
I did a murder.
You did
Yep.
2 murders.
I did 2 murders.
Oh, she looks so cute.
Oh, look at your baby dog. Oh, hello.
Yeah,
What's her
so
name?
I'm gonna.
Starbuck.
Starbuck. That's a great name.
Aw.
10 out of 10. Good dog name.
So yeah, so I'm gonna start trying to introduce some of the more complex mechanics of Changeling like this, bit by bit. Yeah, so I hope that went well. And now I suppose we're at the part of the show where we each talk a little bit about ourselves and what we're up to. Let's start with Panda.
Hi, my name is Panda. When I'm not pretending to be a kitty on live stream, I'm working with Canada at Midnight to get 3 different chronicles off the ground. We have Dark Ages, where the clan guides are just dropping. So we have our initial setup and a bunch of domains across Canada, the United States, and Brazil, all getting
Nice.
ready to play. We have a modern chronicle that leans way more into the V5 setting. So if you've been watching the various exploits of the family, you might find that very appealing to you. And waiting for a little bit more of a rule set to build off, there's going to be a Changeling Chronicle coming down the pipe as well. So if any of those interest you, please do take the time to visit CanadaAtMidnight.com and check out some of what we have going on. You can also find us on Facebook under the same name, Canada at Midnight. Now everyone can be Canadian.
Yay!
Yay.
Harry, how about you? Want to talk a little bit about what you're up to?
Yes, I'm on this show. I also do Little Brook Reunion, which is on this same day, same channel, 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Time, twitch.tv/the Onyx Path. I have a YouTube channel, Salubricat, where you can find a new series I'm doing called Controlled Chaos, a Wrath and Glory game set in the Warhammer universe. Rachel's in it, and...
I'm a bad guy.
Don't spoil it!
Everybody's a bad guy.
That's true. To be fair, everyone is a bad guy in 40k. There are no good guys. That's okay. And then I also have a podcast, Saratoga by Night, which you should totally check out. Season finale coming up next episode Tuesdays when it drops. So check it out.
Nice.
Cool. Tori, what you up to? You and Rob dropped a cool thing today.
Yeah. Did we drop something today? Did we? Okay,
Oh,
okay.
your
Oh, it was yesterday.
look ma no hands. I found out.
Oh
about it.
yes. No, yeah, we've been dropping a lot of videos. We've been enjoying our quarantine time together and just making the most out of our Bells of Fury Productions page, which is Bells with an E at the end of Fury. So yeah, it's really fun. It's us just doing fun skits, doing podcasts. I have another podcast called Boss Mode Initiated, which is more of a self-help and, it's not boss mode achieved, it's boss mode initiated. So you're starting out trying to be a boss. And then,
That's cool.
yeah, there's a lot of different things that are in the works, but I just I love playing D&D. So thanks, Rachel. This is really fun. I'm excited to learn more. And thanks, team.
Yeah. Yes. How about Rob? What are you and Starbuck up to?
Yeah, well, Starbucks, she's just chilling like a villain. Oh, assassin. But yeah, as you guys saw, me and Tori did drop for Bells of Fury. We did drop the No Hands Challenge slash Jackie Chan Challenge video, and it's starting to pick up steam. A lot of people are starting to do it, so it's pretty cool. So if you haven't gotten a chance, go visit us on social media, Instagram, Facebook at Bells of Fury. You can see me at on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at official Rob Fury. See some stuff that I'm doing. I'm actually launching a brand new Death Note podcast, which is called Geeks on Death Note, which will be debuting on Monday. And I am actually starting a brand new wrestling podcast called Faces and Heels Podcast, which is going to be talking about everything
Nice.
professional wrestling. So that's going to be with Lawrence Williams. And yeah, it's going to be fun. So yeah, go check us out. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, even though you are inside, express your creativity and don't forget, be boss. Like Tori said, initiate your boss status. Go check out boss status initiated. Tori,
Oh,
Clark,
no.
Mark. I'm a little. I'm sorry. I'm a little
Title
tired.
right,
I'm trying,
bruh.
I'm trying to give you a plug,
uh,
yo. Boss Mode Initiated. Go check that out. Go check out all the podcasts on TavinaMedia.com. It's gonna be on Spotify and iTunes. Go check it out. We love you guys. Have fun.
and I am your storyteller. My name is Rachel. Thank you so much for watching. I just started up a Ko-fi, so if you like this and you want to give me a tip, you can go to Ko-fi/Stolen Fire. I am also at Twitter under Stolen Fire, where you can find out about all the other stuff I'm doing. Thank you so much, and we will see you next week.
Bye bye,
Yay.
people.